Uh-oh. I've wandered off. She's still talking. What's she talking about? I hope I figure it out before it's my turn to say something. I'll just keep nodding. Minds wander, some more than others. But when they wander often, we might feel a bit embarrassed. Maybe she'll think I don't care. Maybe she'll think I'm dumb. There are any number of worries with which we can shut ourselves down, furthering a spiral into confusion and silence. Maybe if we yelled at ourselves for this drifting of thought, maybe if we try harder, furrow our brow, search for some iron will to keep ourselves on track. Or maybe we give up, excuse ourselves, or change topics. In any of these cases, these attempts can give up a creative power that's inherent to a wandering mind. Let's consider what these wanderings are about. Welcome to the Rhythms of Focus podcast for wandering minds who are tired of feeling that they have to force themselves to make things happen. Maybe know that when things line up well, that tendency to wander actually becomes a powerful wave of focus. I'm Dr. Kourosh Dini, fellow wandering mind. It wasn't that long ago that I struggled to make things happen, whether it was to remember when to pay a bill, do things over time, or look at a list without feeling repulsed. Fast forward through years of study and practice, I can now not only deal with the world, I can be creative, playful, and engage in the ways that make sense to me. I can be a doctor, musician, father, still play games in the evenings. I've created this podcast to share these ideas so you can do the same, hopefully with a lot less of the troubles I needed to go through to get here. Whether you have ADHD, deal with anxiety, or just suffer from a powerfully creative spirit, I invite you to join me in this weekly podcast to start finding your own way to a calmer, more intuitive space. Please note, I'm not functioning as your doctor, psychiatrist, psychoanalyst, therapist, or otherwise. This is here for education, if not entertainment, and I do hope you enjoy it. Let's consider what these wanderings are about. In conversation, in a book, while working on a project, thoughts and emotions come to mind. Some may seem related, others don't. Meanwhile, these associations can branch further. You might be looking at someone while you're talking and go, "Hey, that's a nice watch." The comment runs off into a thought about the uncle who gave it to you, and then, I haven't called him in a while. I haven't called my friend either, and I should write these down. Where can I do that? Can I do that while we're talking? Wait, I've got to pay attention. I'm going to forget. Wait, what were she... I'm lost. As these associations ebb and flow, they occupy consciousness, our working memory. In that small work table of mind, there are only so many things that can fit. So as our thoughts and emotions occupy the room we have, the conversation drifts by and we return only to find ourselves lost. Through our wanderings, the mind is often processing. It's trying to connect, trying to understand, while also trying to stay alive through play and discovery. These wanderings can then be used as messages and tools. Instead of trying to suppress them, we could consider, what does this have to do with that? What does this thought that I've just had have to do with where I was? Once we make that connection, we often find ourselves enlivened. In fact, we can even invite our conversation partner into the process. "Hey, I lost you for a moment. You mentioned my watch. I started to think of people I haven't reached out to lately." Now, that may go somewhere, that may not. Quite often, this admission and invitation brings us to this deeper point of discussion, though. It says we're here, in some way. Suddenly, the conversation takes on new meaning, maybe even new directions. The same process works not only with people, but when reading a book or working on a project. Especially early on when I was first starting to write music, I had these ideas that I had to be completely original, like I could create some new chord or something. And then growing up, I started to question that idea. Plenty of people before have figured out some quite useful ideas. Why not learn them, use them? For example, there are many times in music where you'll hear a transition between the 1 and the 4 and back. And that going back is sometimes called the amen cadence. I use it a lot because it's powerful, and it's been around because it's powerful. The following piece is a rather relaxing work, I think, in E-flat major that uses that amen cadence, and it's called Enter. Before wrapping up here, I'd like to invite you to join my newsletter called The Weekly Wind Down, where I share more ideas about wandering minds and developing rhythms of focus. Head on over to rhythmsoffocus.com to sign up. It's free, and it's a great way to continue exploring these ideas between episodes.